All right, welcome to Chair Yoga. I'm going to recommend you have a strap handy and at least one block. You might have two, but I think one will suffice. And we'll be doing some experimental work today. So if it falls apart, that's okay. We can just laugh and try something new next time. I like to have a bolster at the end. Maybe we do some relaxed sitting with the bolsters for support. So bring your sit bones towards the edge of the chair so your feet are flat on the floor. Knees are approximately 90 degrees bent. And just bring the hands to the hips and push the thumbs into the back of the hips so you kind of arch the back and you feel a low back there to start with. Give it a good squeeze over those love handles. And then take the fingers and push the hips back so you feel a little rounding in the back, a little back traction. So it's like you're Rolodexing the hips. Push with the thumbs, arches the back, the chest lifts up. And then push with the fingers, the tailbone tucks underneath, rounding the low back. Continue Rolodexing. Just feeling that low back to start with. You can let the Rolodexing get a little more range of motion over time as the low back starts to free up. Let's do that for 5 more breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reposition the feet, let the hands drop beside you, palms face forward, shoulders roll back and down. And we'll call this our mountain pose. And float the hands up, touching the hands above the head, and then float the hands down. Palms face forward. So you'll do a little rotation there. As the hands come down, they face the earth, and then you rotate them forward. That's going to bring the shoulder blades back and work those muscles that hold our postural alignment. Inhale, float up, tap. Exhale, float down, palms down, and then rotate palms forward. So there's just a little rotation at the end. Up, down with the breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Continue on. And the next time you lift the arms up, look up. Lift the chin up and look up. And as the hands come down, bring the eyes to horizontal, looking straight out across the room. Don't forget that little twist at the end with the hands facing forward. You might even start to feel a little shoulder burn here. And then relax back to mountain pose. So tapping the left hand behind the head, just lean to that right side. Come back to neutral. Take a breath in, exhale, switch, tap, and lean to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, switch, lean. Inhale, and continue on. Just at about 40-50% of the lean. We don't have to go too far to start the class. Just getting the spine moving in different directions. See if you can maintain a little bit of pressure, the back of the head into the hand, without the head coming forward. So the head's applying the pressure to the hand, not so much the hand to the head. So that keeps the head back over the shoulders rather than forward. And the next time you come up, pause. And a few rotations, bringing both hands to that left side, left hand behind. Grab hold of the chair or the waistline of the pants to anchor that left hand. Right hand can anchor on the leg or knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turning just the head to the front shoulder. Inhale the head, chin over chest. Exhale the head to the left shoulder. So you're just moving, swiveling the head slowly at breath speed. So all these positions are really, really important to release the pressure on the back, the hips, the shoulders and the neck. The next time you come to neutral pause, let go of the anchors, come back to neutral, and then we'll switch sides. Anchoring right hand behind the back, left hand across the knee. Head turns with the breath. Three more. Two. And one. And release. So another great release for the back is to simply do torso twirls. So grabbing the knees and start to twirl the torso around the hips. Nice loose elbows, nice loose shoulders, nice loose neck. So everything is swinging in that orbit. So it's like the head's orbiting, the elbows are orbiting, the shoulders are orbiting, hips are being orbited by the whole torso. This can bring a lot of relief to the low back. Inhale, pause, go the other way. And then come to neutral, grab a block. Widen the feet so that the toes point outwards. So we're in that plie kind of stance, wide stance. Bring the block onto its long setting between the hands. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Exhale, bend forward and drop the block down on the mat, leaning into the block, and then drop the head by bending the elbows, bring the head towards the block, creating a little bit of release in that low back. Straighten the elbows, lift the head, push through the feet here. I want strong legs here to lift you up. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Block reaches up into the air, reaching up, maybe looking up. So we're going to do that a few times. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Block to earth, bend elbows, drop head, lean forward, traction. Straighten elbows, push down through feet, engage the core here and the thighs as you lift up. So you're really feeling the power of the legs as you lift up. The legs are active, but the upper body is kind of loose and just enjoying the ride. Your upper body's like a pendulum, swinging forwards and backwards. But the hips and legs are very stable, strong. Let's do 2 more. And then come to neutral, hold on to your block. Now if you've got a heavy block, you might like to change it for something a little lighter. You might even use a pair of socks or anything really, just as long as you can hold it in your hand with the palm open. So you're balancing whatever you're holding in the palm of the hand. Bring it into the left hand to start. Keep the elbow close to the ribs and rotate the open palm face up, balancing your block or your socks or your whatever. You imagine it's a cup of tea and you don't want to spill it. So you bring it out to the side, and then from the side you simply extend it out as if you're offering it to somebody out to their left side. You bring it back in and then raise it up to the ceiling, fingers behind you. And you bring it back down in front of you and you offer it to somebody out in front of you. Bring it back, and as you bring it back, you're going to curl it underneath your armpit and out to the side without dropping it. So that's going to require you to lean forward, most probably, to get that elbow rotation out. Now you're going to bring it back in front of you without dropping it. Not so easy. And then back to the starting point. We'll try that twice more. Offer it to the left. Lift it up to the sky. Bring it down. Rotate the hand and offer it forward. Bring it back. Tuck under the arm here, reaching out to the side, offering it to the left again. And then bring it back without dropping it under the armpit, and then out to the side. Now your joints might be on fire here. You might feel this in the wrist, the shoulders. So it's a good workout for all those joints. Offer it to the left. Lift it up to the sky. Bring it down. Rotate. Give it to Tony out there in front. Bring it back. And then tuck it under the armpit and out. I almost dropped it there. Back and then back under. And then out. Let's try the other side. You can shake out that left side if you like. All right. So we start with our tray to the left. Remember, it's a cup of tea. We don't want to spill it. Out to the left. Here you go. Out to the right, I should say. Bring it up. Don't spill it. Bring it down. Rotate and then push forward. Hello. Now here's the tricky one. It comes back in and under the arm and out to the right again without dropping it, and back. Back to the starting point. Twice more. Out, up, down, rotate forward, under the armpit, and out to the right, back under, and back to the starting point. One more. There you go. Upstairs, downstairs, rotate, forward. Here's the tricky one, under and out to the right, back and to the right. And we can put that block down for now and just shake out the hands, shake out everything. So that was a little experiment there. I haven't done that one before. Let's do a little deeper work in the lateral stretches of the spine. Let's grab the block again. This time take the block in the left hand. And lean to the left side, placing the block on the ground. Lean into the block. Push down with that right hip. Tap the back of the head with that right hand. You might be able to bend the elbow and lean a little lower, as long as you don't lose contact with that right hip. Come on up, keep the hand on the back of the head and bring the block with you and lean over to the left side. Coming back, tap down, lean, really lifting that elbow up. This time dropping that right elbow towards the block. And then back to the sky. And then as much as possible, even if you come to fingertips, can you lift yourself up slowly without pushing? So using the core here, and then bring that block up and over. So we're using this to stabilize and build strength in those muscles that stabilize the spine, as well as stretch them. Up, rotate elbow to block, elbow to sky. Here's the hard part, coming back up. Really push down with the feet and lift up slowly and bend to the other side. Over, down, lean, turn, turn, strength, stabilization, come up slowly and over to the other side. And change hands. So starting with that block on this side, leaning, tapping the back of the head. The first one we'll do without rotation. Come on up and over. Down. This time rotate elbow to block. Elbow to sky. And now we use the core to slowly come up, over and reach. Bending the other direction. Back. Down. Turn. Turn. Core strength, lift up, lift up, lift up, and over. Last one. Down. Lean. Turn. Turn. Core strength, lift up, and bending to the other side. And release. So that's some deep spinal work there. Also helping us stabilize that low back. Let's rinse it out a little bit with some torso twirls. Just loosen everything up again. Bring some blood flow back. Loose neck, loose elbows, loose shoulders, loose wrists. Turn the other direction. And then we'll work a little bit on a very deep muscle in the body, probably the deepest muscle in the body, called the psoas muscle. And because it's attached to the low back as well as the femur, it's the only muscle that connects the upper body to the legs. It has a really important role, and it helps free up a lot of that back tension. So we're going to work that a little bit. And to do that, before we start, we're simply going to come to the edge of the chair. I want you to lean forward. And as you lean forward, I want you to make sure that your feet are in a position so that if you kept leaning forward, rather than tip over onto your face, you feel like, oh, I could stand up here. So try that again. Come back. Exhale, lean forward. Keep leaning forward till you feel your buttocks trying to lift off the chair and your legs are stable. So you want your legs not too narrow, maybe hip or shoulder width apart. If you want to lift your hips off the chair a couple of centimeters or an inch, just do that. And when you come down, do it without plopping. So we all know the next time you come forward, if you stay on the chair and bring your arms up, we call this chair pose. And if we come a little bit off the chair, it's called chair pose. Exhale, come down. So you should really feel that in the quadriceps. This time we're going to come all the way up. So leaning forward, push gently through the feet, and without pushing yourself, use strength to come up slowly, 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 slowly. And then exhale, come around beside your chair and grab one side of the chair. I don't think it matters which side. So this is the golden standard, I guess, exercise for your psoas muscle. You simply take the weight into your left foot, or the foot closest to the chair, and you bring the knee up till it's 90 degrees out from the hip, bent at 90 degrees. So it kind of looks like that. And then down. And then you transfer to the other foot. So it's a very simple marching up and down, working the hip flexors. If you want to let go of the chair, if you feel comfortable, balanced, stable, you're simply marching on the spot, but you're marching with control. The hip flexors are working. So they say doing this every day is a great way to help keep the psoas muscle, which is usually very tight and weak. So you can imagine this muscle is always turned on no matter what you're doing. But if it's not getting movement, it becomes locked in place and it creates havoc on the low back. And if you want to just add some shoulder presses as you do this, just for variety, you continue the walking. You could bring your hands out into cactus arms and rotate them into scarecrow. So we're just getting a little upper body work while we march out. Keeping control of the march so the knees are not coming up too high, not too low. Push the arms out at 45 degrees, in rhythm with your march. So you get a big shoulder workout while we're doing this. Three, two, and one. And release. So coming back to the chair, let's do a slow seated chair pose. So the way I'd like you to do this is simply bring the hands, so you're standing close to the chair, you know where it is. Your feet are roughly parallel, hip width or shoulder width apart. You push your booty back, so your torso leans forward, and you touch the chair. Just touch the chair, so you don't have to rotate. And then in slow motion on the count, I'm going to count down from 5. We're going to land on the chair on 0. So 5, come down. 4, 3, lower. 2, 1, ouch. And landing, touchdown. So a lot of blood flow went into the legs then, so I personally felt a little lightheaded, so I'm going to let that lightheadedness come and go. And another nice psoas piece of work is to start with hip rotations. Opening one leg out 90 degrees than the other. You can add resistance if you like. You might like to have your block handy again. And the next time you rotate that, let's say right knee out, turn your torso towards the right. So you can see my left cheekbone is off the chair. I'm tapping my left foot back onto the ball of the foot. So it starts to stretch open this hip flexor here, the one that's off the chair. Make sure the ball of the foot is well planted and the front of the foot is well planted. You can hold the chair for stability, and we're simply going to do a little lift off the chair, and then drop back down, supported rear-footed squat, one-legged squat there. So push up off the chair and down. 2, 3, and 4. Pause, come back, release. Switch sides, rotate left hip, swivel the torso to the left, bring that ball of the foot back. Back of the back foot well grounded, ball of the foot, heel lifted, front foot planted. Now, by pushing back through that back heel, it lifts us off the chair and then back down. 2, 3, and 4. Take the weight into your hands, slowly unswivel. So you should be feeling this right through the hip flexors here at this stage. Might need a block for this one. We're going to rotate that right hip again, swivel the torso, and bring the back foot back. Let's bring the block in front of that front foot, probably about 6 inches away. Hold the chair for stability. Keep the back foot planted. And then slowly walk or wiggle the back foot back just a fraction so you can really feel the stretch already happening. Now, lifting the front foot rested on the block so it becomes straight. So we're starting to do the splits here. And in a split, you can wiggle that front foot forward, back, coming into your splits. If you want to add a little more intensity, you can lift the arm closest to the back leg or both arms up. So this is really working, so much. Just this simple shape. For 3, 2, slowly come down, regain composure, relax the legs, come back slowly. Whoo! So that's a big one there. And again, all this work is helping in the end to relieve the low back. Let's give the low back a little torso twirl love. Just make sure it's okay after all that. Hips should be feeling somewhat open at this point. Twirl the other way. Pause. And then rotate the opposite hip. Swivel to that side. Position the block. Secure the chair. Back leg back. Back leg wiggles. That block might be a little too far away. Holding the chair for support. Back leg stable and strong. Heel pushing back. This might be all you need. Otherwise, you can lift that heel up onto the block and start to deepen the splits on this side. Whoo! Once you've found your ideal spot, you can lift 1 or 2 arms. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back. Little torso twirl. Yeah, I'm feeling it. And we'll grab the block. This is dedicated to those people who indicated they had 5 fingers ready for some action today. So if your energy's at a 3 or a 2, you just don't do it quite as quickly or quite as thin. Take the block between the thighs, squeeze the thighs, grab the chair, lean back a little bit so your feet are starting to come off the ground. And we'll start with that, just knee lifts, holding the block for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back, rest. Next level, if you want to go there. Come back, lean. Lift the knees up and extend the legs out. 1, and tap. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. Out, back, down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're feeling that now in the hip flexor area? So we have one more level if you so choose to go there. Mission impossible. So leaning back, so this time lifting, but this time if you can leave your hands out so you're not supporting yourself on a chair. Out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down. See if you can find that sweet spot where you can get the range of motion without support. Every now and then I'm tapping the back of the chair, trying not to. 100 more. 90. 80. 70. 30 more. 20. 10. 3. 2. And 1. Not graceful, not elegant, but a little bit of a strong finish there. Ready for a rest? I am. Grab your cushion. For those who wish to, you can come down onto the floor and elevate the legs up onto your chair. You won't need the cushion for that. Maybe something under your head. For the rest of us, we'll simply bring the cushion behind our back onto the chair. Blocks under the feet. If you don't have blocks, you could use cushions. So you kind of get into that astronaut position. I'll come a little closer so you can see me a little more clearly. And some of you a few weeks ago appreciated the humming breath. So we'll add some humming to the breathing. So let your eyes gently relax. Hands rest in the lap or on the thighs. And just start with simple through the nose breathing. At whatever level your breath is, try not to exaggerate the breath. Let it be natural. As you exhale, you can release the humming sound. Without any undue tension. Almost like you're sighing the hum out. And over time, letting that soothe the nervous system. Now, if you'd like to add ear blocking, you can take the fingers and gently press the across where you block your ears from sound, so you internalize the hum. And you can feel the vibration in the hands and fingers. Just letting the toning of the humming change over time. Letting the length of the humming vary with each breath. And see if you can keep the lips very, very light so you can feel a tingling in the lips. Two more. Releasing the humming, relaxing the arms. Letting your breath become normal, natural. Face relaxed. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Appreciate your company. Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll see you soon. Namaste.